right? If you want to click it here, it will just pop up this menu. Okay, and you notice, right? In the past, it's actually, I'm not sure if you remember, like in the past, right? You have to press F2 for code, F4 for charts, all these thinking buttons, right? And then they'll give you a sticker to stick it on the keyboard. Now you don't really have to do that anymore. Just come to this page. Say, for examples, right? I want to do a simple thing, as simple as what is the current, say, ringgit price, right? Quote, With data stream, I'm looking at yesterday, right? But how about Eikon? So if you want to do that using Eikon, all I have to do from my apps here, my phrase here, I look for code. You see this? I have a code, right? This code apps. Select one time, right? You actually pop up the code window. Okay. Now, one advantage of Eikon now also, right? In those days, training like this, usually users, right, or clients will have their notebook standing by to jot down the codes. MYR equals LCO capitals and small c's 01 and all this. Today you don't really have to anymore. So all you have to do, right, from a code page here, this is the search. If I want ringgit, all I have to do, I just have ringgit. See this? So the search itself is actually smart enough to actually tell you, for example, they actually group it. You see this? So if I type ringgit, right, the top will always be most clicked when people type ringgit. So they arrange it accordingly this way. Okay? If I ringgit Aussie, you just type ringgit Aussie, right? You actually, have very recommendations for you. So from here, right? So this is the description. Okay? On my right side here, this is actually the writer's code, but forget about memorizing all this. So what I do next, I just click enter it. See this? So by the second click, ringgit quotes, yeah, at my fingertips now, right? This is spots, okay? So on Eikon, right? Let me show you how easy. So for example, step 1, I have the quotes now. Now steps 2, for my reports, maybe I'll need to do a chart, right? So using Eikon, if you want to do a chart from after this, is simple. All you have to do, right? You move your cursor to my quotes here, right? Right click one time. It will actually pop up the navigate menu now. You notice on the top here, right, there's a related. If I move my cursor here, you see this? It will actually pop up the other functions where you can actually use you can actually use this too on this particular code. Example, I want to put a chart, right? So all I have to do is just click a charts here. I select chart. I have my ringgit chart. All right, I'm wearing the charts now. So step 1, I have my sports price. I have my sports now. Now steps 2, I have my charts. Right. Now the third task, right? My professor asked me, hey, now give me the historical data, right? I want to do a data. I want to see, I have my charts now. How about data, right? So to retrieve the data, all I have to do, right now, you have to go to my Excel. Okay, open up your Excel, and then let me go back to my chart. This is my chart, this is my Eikon, this is my Eikon live charts here. And do you notice, Eikon now, right, especially Eikon 4, we're actually using this what we call floating applications. So I have my live charts running at the same time. This is my spreadsheets. Okay. Now one advantage, right, of having these functions is instead of what we call, in the past we always have this maximize, minimize your page. By the time you got confused, don't go away, right? Now, if I want to have the historical data, right? Once I have my chart, all you have to do is just select on my charts here, just move over, drag here, release. It's fast, right? So just drag from the chart, release it. Okay? So if you just, rewind a bit now, I have my codes, I put my chart, and I have my historical of the ringgit performance. Get it, right? Simple, okay? So now I have these charts, right, nicely done. So the next thing, for my report, that I need to have the image, right, the screenshots, okay? So what I do? So if I want to have a screenshot, I have to go back to my charts now, here. All right, instead of selecting on the charts, you just click somewhere here, right? Move forward, release. Okay. See this? So I have my data, historical, and my charts. And you can always, like from here, right, just copy and paste it to a PowerPoint, words, and all this. Okay? Any questions so far?
Can we do this on our own machine, or do we need to come here and do it at the library?
Okay, when you speak of own machine, right, now, Eikon is actually supported on any Windows-based PC. Minimum requirement is Windows 7, 4 GB RAM, and above. So what you need, right, to log in, you need to have your user ID and password. So of course, the ID is actually managed by library, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah. So I think you need to internally check it out. Yeah. So long you have the ID, right, then you can actually do this. Okay. Now, let me share with you also this software, right? If you want to install, all you have to do, go here, eikon.thomsonreuters.com. All right. You can actually sign in and download the software. Okay. So what happened is, the next question asked me, hey, if I log in somewhere, can we log in multiple? Is it single user, single login? So say for example, if I log in on PC A, using the same ID I log in PC B, you will log off PC A. Yeah, it was single login.
Is that can use for the Mac too?
Good one. For Mac, right, we support iPad, iPhone, but not Mac. Yeah, not Mac. I don't know why. Maybe Microsoft pay them good money to just supports Windows. So we have clients who are using Mac. So what they do, I think they have what they call the Windows and Mac.
Parallel.
Parallel, right? Yeah. So but we don't support Mac software. Okay, so let me show you also while looking at this, right? Say for example, I'm looking at my charts now, right? If on my charts here, if earlier when I pull out is daily charts. So let's say for example, if you want to have a monthly or weekly, right? All you need to do here on my charts here, all these are actually customizable. So if you want, right, from my daily, I just change to, let's say, monthly, right? So once I pull it up, it will show me the end month. Okay. And of course, on my charts, since you're looking at this on my charts here, right, it's allowed you. This is where you can actually change it to chart font. To let's say, for example, I want a line. Okay. Candlesticks, no. In here. Okay. Okay, so far, right? Okay, so let me also show you. Let me go back to my home, right? Home page. Okay, so this is what you have. The first aspect I will share with you will be home, right? Home page. So once you log in, this is how home page looks like, right? Remember, we talk about different asset classes. We have a page on different sector. Yeah, from sector we can actually goes into the products as well. Yeah. So say for example, I'm looking at equities, right, homepage. So obviously, the news will be all related back, okay, to equities, indices, right? If I click on indices here, okay, this way actually allows you, yeah, to view, the global markets from regions and all this. So let's say, for example, so I'm looking at equities, and then I'm gonna do a paper, say, from I'm gonna do, say on the energy markets, right? So, then, I have a list of 5 or top 10, right? This big cap, oil and gas companies. And then the next thing, I want to find out, right? Say, for example, what's the latest news on the energy markets, right? And then, what information can I actually extract from using Eikon, okay? So now, with data stream, you can get things like, say, for example, at least the 10 companies. I can pull out, right, the past, trader price, PE ratio, or dividends yield. Is no issue, right? You can actually extract that out from the data stream. But what about, say, for example, forecast, right? What is the market forecast in the coming 6 months or 12 months on the energy markets? Or what about, a research report, right? Is there any reports, market view, right, on the gas oil markets? Yeah. How? So using Eikon is so much easier, and it's actually available here. So how you do that? From my homepage, right? You see asset class here. You go to commodities, for example. Yeah. Say we are looking at oil market now. So once I select commodities, then it will sub into 4, right? Energy, metal, agricultures, and shipping. So all I have to do, right? I just click on energies here. It will literally bring me to the energies homepage, right? So once I'm in there, this is now then all this information just suddenly flowing up, right? I'm looking at the latest news, right? On the gas oil markets, I have an overview, right, on the futures markets. So this is all at your fingertips now, right? So then not only that, if I want, I have the what we call here, I have access to Thomson Reuters research and forecast reports as well. Okay, I'm looking at energy now, right? Say, for example, if I look at, say, gold, right? Then I'm looking at, I'll have the same on the gold. Yeah. So you have access to this now as well, right? So it gives me, a quick, right, an overview. So from here, if I want to, study a little bit further, right? Say, for example, from here, then I can click on news here. Okay, it will all relate back to these all markets. So from energy, right? If I want, I can always stop it. Then say, for example, if you read on Petronas, right? Recently, the Pengerang project with Aramco, right? Or this LNG and all. So if you want to do a study on say, for example, on LNG, right? So using Eikon, one of the way, right, for someone new, all I have to do is just go to my homepage here. I go to gas. This is from here. We have a page on LNG. Okay. So what I want to share with you also, right? This is actually the exactly same terminal, same platform that our users are using at Aramco, at Petronas. Yeah. So who is actually using Eikon? So Eikon, right, is actually, beside like we have people from research are using it. We have treasury. Yeah, obviously treasury they need this, right? And of course, traders, people from the corporate guys, they are having the same terminal. So what you guys looking at here is similar, with those guys, what they have also. Okay. So of course, right, quickly let me share with you, if you want to do, let's say, studies, further studies on LNG, you can always refer here also, right? We have things like analysis, right? It comes to the reports, yeah? All the reports will be in here, okay? Now, I have this page, right? I'm looking at this now. So the next steps, right, or perhaps, right, maybe, why don't we look at the single company, yeah, study, right? So since looking at gas, perhaps why don't we look at, Petronas Chemical, yeah? So if you want to study, right, on one single company, Petronas Chemical, okay, with data stream, you extract most of those data, right? But with Eikon, let me show you what you can actually do. So if you look at my search box on top here, right, all you need to do, just key in Petronas, right? If I just simply type in Petronas, my search, right, will actually pop up, right? So, because I use the generic Petronas, so it will actually it will list out, right, the closest, okay? So, how do I identify, right? Because if I just have Petronas, it might even list out the debt issue, bonds, yeah, if all this, right? So how do you recognize it? When we look at EQ here, EQ will actually tell you it's equities, all right? Then the descriptions here, it will tell you it's ordinary share, basically it's a public. Which exchange, all right? The code, and of course the Reuters codes will be in there. So some of you, might ask me later, how about those non-listed privates, right? So we do have coverage on non-listed. For example, I can show you later. Say, subsidiary. Say for example, CIMB Bank. You also have CIMB Islamic, right? So all you need to do, just